All right, hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay today. All right, so I'll wait a sec so I can see if you guys can hear me. It looks like you can. I got the sound button, or the sound volume thing. It shows me that it's moving. Oh crap! Well, hold on. Let me pull that up real quick. Let's see. You are correct. Here. There we go. That should work now. Let's see. Did it go through? Yeah, it went through. Okay, cool. All right. Sorry about that, Will. Sorry. Coffee. Had to make sure, you guys know the priorities. Priorities. All right. So, a little while ago, there was actually a bit more movement. We had the dollar CAD at about 100, and again, we're getting some more movement now, kind of in a bit of a reversal direction. Oh, I was like, wait, why is my phone going up? So, God, why is my phone going nuts? I have no idea what my phone's done. All right, so, sorry, why are they doing that? Okay. Okay. Wait, what? All right. Never mind. The world's not ending. All right. I'm trying to figure out. I was like, what the heck's going on? All right. So definitely some comments this morning. We've seen the dollar kind of going up. Comments from Russia that I guess they're doing a partial mobilization. Where are those right here? This is an interesting one right here. Putin talking about how, basically nuclear blackmail, right? Which I'm not exactly sure what he means by nuclear blackmail. I don't believe we've shot missiles. I don't know that we have. I don't think we have. But we have lots of weapons, and yes, they do. They do have a lot of weapons stockpiled. They may be older weapons, but weapons are weapons, right? We use all the resources to defend our people. We're trying to increase production. The government must provide funds to increase production for weapons. So, yeah, that's driving some, obviously dollar strength into the market, as well as we know that today we have the FOMC statement, and we know that things are raising. That's kind of where we're at with the market. Now, you're looking at this kind of pre-market, and, is there movement? Yeah, dollar strength has been the movement that we've seen today. And it's something that I mentioned yesterday about how when this release does come out, it's actually kind of looking more right now that it's set up for more of a short-based trade. Now, obviously, the Putin situation is something that we, this is obviously something kind of that is a big deal, right? Reason why is because it's a geopolitical event, okay? Geopolitical events are always a little bit more difficult, right? Why? Well, again, they're unpredictable. We don't know exactly. Hold on one sec, guys. Okay. Wait, what? Sorry, another pop-up. Okay. This makes it a little bit more interesting today. So again, there's kind of two things there that are kind of adding to what we're seeing in the markets, right? Talking about defending territories, and there was actually there was comments yesterday about how I read the article, I forget where it was at, talking about how people on the border were getting nervous, like they're not going to invade, are they? Like talking about Ukrainian troops kind of coming across the border. I think that's the worst idea that they could do. If they do come across, then it is a true kind of defense type situation. I think that will definitely inflame people. But, this is the Donbass region is definitely something that's always been involved with it. So, again, we're getting geopolitical kind of factors in there, raising up the dollar. And, you're seeing the euro dollar, pound dollar both down. And, again, the euro should have weakness from it. You're seeing the euro pound down 20 again. Why? Because it should be a little bit more weak on the European currency versus the pound. Pound yen down a little bit, right? Again, we tend to see, some strength go back into the yen. And then even the Aussie yen, you can see, as much dollar strength as we've seen, it's only up 16. right? And then again, you see dollar Swiss, and you're like, well, wait a second, you said dollar stress. Why is this down? Well, people mention the N word, right? Nuclear is a big deal, right? Defending, mobilizing, that's war, right? Neutrality is always kind of, and again, whenever we hear things of war, those things tend to go towards the Swiss. So we tend to see more movement in the Swiss in that one. And you can see dollar CAD up about 47 again. I'm surprised that this actually hasn't started rolling over yet. So this morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, we do have this existing home sales. They've kind of left this number right around that 469. I think that 469 number is an important number just because it is about, 10, a little bit over 10 lower. If this continues to kind of trend in this direction, that 4.5 is going to be psychological, and then 4.4, and where will it end is kind of the big question. I don't know. Like I said, knowing that they're raising interest rates, I'd like to hear the language of what they're going to do next time. I do feel that there will be another raise, but I think right now people are getting used to these 0.75s. I think they will tear back again. I don't think it'll be like a 0.75 and then they're just going to we're going to wait and see. I think it'll be a gradual slow down. I think everybody agrees it will go a little bit higher this year. It's just how much higher is it going to go? So that's kind of where we're at with it. So I think trading this morning is going to be pretty interesting. We may have a little bit of reversals, but all eyes are going to be on this 2 o'clock press conference and what happens with it. And I'd like to see where the dollar goes from now till then. I'd also like to see something out of the yen. We don't really have anything in there yet, but we will, it will come in. We will get something. It's not there yet, but again, when it does come in, there'll be something for us to trade with that one. Let's see. What else can we do with it right now? Probably not too much, just because where we're at. Now, let's see. This was fun. Russian decision will result in consequences from our part. Yeah, well, this is just the EU talking back. It says Putin is waging a very dangerous nuclear gamble. It is. Yeah. I mean, he is. But this is one of those consequences we talked about, right? From the very beginning. That if you push him enough, you support him enough, he will use everything. I mean, the guy's already obviously got a few screws loose, right? You fund $100 billion worth of weapons to go against them. And if he feels like he is now threatened with it, he's going to use everything at his disposal. Horrible to think of, but I love that he's wagering a dangerous gamble. Yeah, I guess who was aiming the weapons at? You. So yeah, it's your gamble. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I hate the fact that I don't know. Why couldn't they have done that on a Thursday, right? If they had done that on a Thursday this week, that would have been much, much better, right? We could have taken short dollar off of today's release, then gone long dollar tomorrow for Putin, mobilizing troops. I mean, it would have worked out perfectly. But no, he's got to get in there today and done mess it up for everybody. So, yeah, we'll see where it goes. What is this? Let's see. But it's forecast May. Yeah, the forecast. Yeah. So see, they're talking about it right here, right? Oh, look at this. Respondents seek peak Fed funds at 4.26 reached in March 2023. So they think it's going to keep going. Yeah, see this. I agree with this. Disagree with this person. Yeah, it's 0.75 now, but will they do 0.75? That's the big thing, right? Is the 0.275. So today I think the press conference is going to be the big, kind of the big piece, right? Yeah, that's the biggie. All right. Tomorrow morning, again, BOJ press conference sometime. It's going to be late. It's coming in. We'll see where it goes. And then the Swiss is raising tomorrow morning. Again, you're seeing this Swiss strength come in right now, but it's more kind of, I think, based off the war stuff. But yeah, so Swiss is raising. Then we have the pound also raising tomorrow. So really in the next 24 hours, because again, that's 7 a.m. In the next 24 hours, we have 3 different nations and the BOJ. Not that they're not a nation, but we don't know what they're doing. We got 3 and them all coming at the same time. So there's a lot of kind of ping pong that can happen in the next 24 hours here. So yeah, the only thing in looking at all these out there, the only one that I'm kind of, I don't want to say confident with, but the one that I'm most comfortable with, I guess, is European weakness. One, war on their border, not great. Again, weapons are actually aimed at them. They're not they're not shooting weapons directly at the United States. They would go after the people around them first. So we're okay there. But the pound raising should bring some pound strength in. The BOJ, anything they mentioned, could only bring strength in. It can't bring any more weakness in. We're raising, and the Swiss is raising. The Aussie has had some statements, but the euro is the only one that really, I would say, is kind of on the negative of things. So I would continue in the next 24 hours to see the euro pound continue to deteriorate a little bit. As well as the euro pound, I don't have it up here on the top because there's only so much space. The euro yen is also something I would see being a little bit more negative in the next 24 hours. I mean, you're seeing the pound yen over here. Not that the pound is doing great. I mean, it's losing versus the dollar, but it is winning versus the euro. So right now, I think euro weakness is, euro weakness is kind of what we're looking for, right? Think there's any. Let me see small real quick. Non-euro. No, that's not going to do anything. All right, yeah. So I would say that's probably it as far as the news front goes, and then we'll see. I mean, God knows what else Putin is going to say. He's probably good for today, but then he'll start talking about oh yeah, see, here's Germany. Right, so Germany gets it, right? Partial mobilization of Russian troops is bad and the wrong development. Government in consultations on next step. Yeah, Germany is coping with the cut in gas supplies extremely well. Of course, yeah. He can't say, "Hey, the world's ending." It's not his job. Again, Germany is kind of on the forefront. So, Germany gets it. Germany's actually made some comments. We're gonna ban it. We're gonna take it. We're gonna put a cap on it. We'll Germany is the main force over there. So, all right, so let's go across. Let's go over, and we'll start off with the VIX. So, remarkably enough, the VIX is in a position right now where, again, you can see that it was coming down in the overnight. We had the gap here, right? It gapped all the way up after the reopen, and then went down, and then Putin made all comments in here. The market didn't take off and go much, much higher. So, sounds like a candidate for a weekly non-directional position. Yeah, kind of earnest. Yeah, right. Looking at what the VIX is doing, okay, what this shows me is the market is, for lack of a better word, the market is fatigued, right? The market is fatigued. Not much else to say about it. Putin is now mentioning nuclear stuff. People are saying that the nuclear threat is a big problem and a major issue, and the VIX does nothing, okay? Because of it, all the indices are up, right? All the indices are up right now. And again, if you're looking at the dollar has peaked pretty high, right? We're not quite at that 111, but we're not far from it, right? Not far from it. So, question is, where does the dollar go now? Now, I do think the dollar is extremely high. Question is, can we hit 111 today? Just in the actual chop, we probably can. In preparation for it. But where it is, where it's peaked, I mean, this 110.80, it's been here before. We've seen this come down. We've seen it push down. Kind of in an area, like, all things taken aside, you know nothing about the fundamentals of anything. All of these on a technical basis are in shorts, right? And seeing the dollar strength rally up the way that it has off of headlines and fundamentals, it's kind of like, yeah, this is typically where you want to short. Now, the Fed, again, can be unpredictable. We know the 0.75 is in, but all eyes are going to be on that press conference to, okay, is it 0.75 this time and 0.75 again? Or is this it? So we'll see. But interesting spot. Now, let's go in, and you can see it's kind of a complete reversal of what we saw yesterday with things. Here's the Aussie dollar. Now, the Aussie dollar, we're talking about a level. We cranked off of it here. We said, hey, this one's pretty much dead, and we bounced it off of again, and then look at all the time we spent chopping in there. So, I think at this point, we'll continue to pull kind of the fibs down on the grander spectrum of things. With all this basing, though, back and forth in here, I'm actually going to put a new kind of fib draw in there. And again, look for kind of some hidden levels inside of it. We'll go to a 30-minute. Yeah. So here's what I'm talking about, hidden levels inside of it. If you do the big draw right now, top to bottom, right, you can see that the 23.6 is sitting right in an area here. We do have a little bit of a retest, which is cool, right? I like that area. But what I'd be looking at is this spot right here. And you can see that we've kind of had two front runs, and that just happens to coincide with the 61.8. So right now, what I would look for is if price is able to kind of rally up today, and again, this would take a lot of weakness, but it's about 40-something pips. if we are able to pull up in some type of a spike before news or something that they say, there could be a reversal right back to the downside. So we don't need this one. We'll leave that one up top still. This we talked about going short, and we're kind of sitting there right now, but we'll remove it. Question is, let me see. Where are we going to end on this one? Problem is we're messing with this. Can I see it? Oh, I can. All right, let's see. It's like a level, bunch of levels in this one. We're actually gonna move it here. It's an okay level. I like the one down here lower, but bring this across. So it sucks when you do this on a 4 hour and then you bring it down to the lower time frames. It's like, oh, I'm sure there's an extend forever option, but I do like to end them over here. All right, so let's bring that back down. Let's see what we got here. And again, 4 hour levels, so they look absolutely enormous compared to the size of some of these over here, right? How much do we need for that? 30 and 70. They're both potential reversals for today. Where do we go with this one now? So, I guess the big question is how much strength will we have come in? Okay. Question is, do we survive the 10:30 reversal time frame? And then where does that put us for? Excuse me. Where does that put us for 2 o'clock? How many do we have? 25. It is possible we could come down there. It's absolutely possible. The ATR is only 10 right now in the 30-minute, but a lot of that's in the kind of the off US hours. We're about 2-3 candles from it though. Damn, I was hoping we'd be closer. At this point, we're almost gonna have to look at this one out here. Right? So we're looking for a reversal. It's gonna be low. If anything, right now, it's a 10 pip ATR right now in the 30-minute, right? It's about 3 hours away. That puts us right around that 1 o'clock time frame. Figure there'll be a slowdown during lunchtime. To me, right now, this is looking like it's going to be more of a dollar weakness based move. And like I said, it's kind of going right in with what we talked about. There may be a shorting out there. I'm sorry, there may be a long opportunity in this one, kind of a short dollar position. If this continues to kind of come down before news, and then if we can be right here when that news comes out, obviously the rate raise, it goes up. And again, you're looking at this going, what are you, insane? They're raising the interest rates. Yeah, everybody knows we're raising the interest rates. It's already baked in, so 0.75 is what's expected. There will be artificial money going in, but every retail trader in the world that just says, holy crap, they raised a 0.75 and tries to go long the dollar, those are the people that are going to get stopped out. And it's that stop out that we're looking to kind of play on this one. So, kind of like to see it go a little bit farther. I think we can get down there. Aussie yen has gotten a pullback, and again, we didn't really. This one spent so much time in this space, we weren't able to get it a second time. You can see it's now pushed all the way down, so we'll clear this off. And again, this one I was hoping we'd get more out of it. And it drove a little bit deep in. Let's pull this off. I'm gonna pull that off. All right. Man, a lot of wicks in this one. I like this one lower for today, but unfortunately, there's too many wicks up here to give you a good entry on it. Um, hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I was hoping that would smooth it out, but not really. Not so much. Not so much. That's what we've run into now. Hmm. This is kind of an ugly one. Hmm. Oops. I didn't want to do that. Uh, this is the zone here, but you can see that it's been banged off of it twice, and it still provided buyers, but they're not really the best buyers. They're not really great, right? So it's kind of like this level's kind of used. So this is kind of our freshest level, and that's really kind of a touch. But it did give us a one candle bottom with a nice shaped candle, so I do like that with a nice pop. Um, hmm. Problem is, this is this. I mean, this pullback is even kind of its own little crappy pullback. Because if I do this, you can see that we're above the 61.8 on its first push back again. Right, so it's not the strongest. It didn't do anything. I guess it hiccup in the middle between the 23.6. Didn't slow down at all at the 50. I guess it based in one candle and then punched right through the top. So not even the best. Actually, let's run it to here. No, let's give him more credence to the 96.37. I'm sorry, the 96.39. Um, hmm. In full transparency, I don't love this one a lot. I was really hoping we'd be able to find a short in this one. Maybe euro yen is what we do instead. Yeah, I don't love this one. I think the 96.39, again, we punched through it twice. I do think it's a level. I mean, there's already been two successful trades out of it at this point. So be a little bit more cautious with it. But again, being wedged in between this most recent pivot, high and low, again, there would be people that step in between the 50 and 61.8 in there. Maybe I just a little bit more of a buffer in it. Euro dollar. So euro dollar, it's funny. It's sitting right on the 99.04 that we mentioned yesterday. This is one of the higher time frames. So it's funny. It came right down to it. And then again, bounced off of this lower level. So, um, yeah, I mean, right now, again, this is dollar strength rolling in. Look at all the basing sitting right in that level. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, rocking a hard place base and then punch right down to the next one. So, that trade's off. This is a 78. We don't need this anymore. Let's run it. That short never pulled back. Actually, this is an old one, so let's go here. I'm going to leave this on just because, I mean, old violated level, right? I mean, yeah, there's your 1, there's your 2, there's your 3, there's your 4, there's your 5. And again, we just based in it. You were begging for it to break. But funny enough, that happens to be now on the 23.6. So, yeah, a little bit of if we can get a pullback from now. Again, we got enough time. Whoops. I'll leave that there. Take this, put it down there. And again, US is coming in right there. Right. So, yeah, this one's definitely in close proximity. Same thing, about 25 pips. So kind of in the same line, right? Kind of in the same line, and it's doing the same thing. It's running into confirmed levels just before news. And again, kind of shows us a bit more dollar weakness. But it's like, man, everybody is just, I'm sorry, everybody is so on the dollar strength train, but it is so incredibly baked in. It's amazing that we're still seeing the Europeans throw it that far. I'm really surprised we haven't seen a reversal yet, because the Europeans and literally pretty much everybody else out there has just been like, "Yup," and again, it's baked in. It's not new information at this point. So, um, hmm, that's right at that 99 mark too. Hmm. Yeah, I'd say on this one, I'm not ready to go long yet. I'd like to see what the 1030 does if we take a bounce off of it. But if not, watch out for this news release. And again, a 0.75 raise, is like last time, it's definitely a big raise. So, and it's right near a level where, again, we're seeing buyers stepped in, buyers are confirmed. A little far for a 1030 reversal to travel that far in the next 30 minutes. Hold on one sec. But again, purely technical matter. Looks like it's ready to pop. So we'll see. Looks like there's going to be some shorts in there. Here's the euro pound. So here's the trade from yesterday. We were sitting, I guess, here yesterday morning. Yeah, it's the 20th. We talked about this level. And again, actually, we were sitting, I can show you exactly where we're sitting. We're sitting exactly right here. And yeah, we talked about this, talked about it being confirmed. Looks like it triggered about 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And then went low, 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 all the way to the profit target, came back up, and we're out. So if you guys were in yesterday, or if you guys were here yesterday, there's your trade. About 25, 30 pips profit target on that one. It was about 9 pips worth of risk. So again, not a terribly bad trade. Yeah. I don't know what to say. If you were here yesterday, you got this trade. What do you do with it right now? Really not much. You can see it based and is now basically on the profit target. So that one is out. I think keep this level up top. Right now, we know that we have lower spikes at the bottom side. I would say on any of your shorts, look for 2 potential areas to roll. There. And there. Okay. Those would be the 2 profit targets, 87.11 and 86.92. And with the pound raising, those would probably be targets. I mean, they're, not terribly far away from it right now. 28 and 51. Again, it's projected. It's projected already that they are raising the interest rates tomorrow, right? Right here. So it's already kind of factored in that they're doing a 0.5. Now, again, they've been doing on this, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, but 0.5, decent. They're serious. But again, if we drive down with with pound strength, euro weakness, this could be a buying opportunity coming in right 7 o'clock right there, right? If these drive down, right? I don't know which one it's going to drive down to, but if it comes down to this one for tomorrow, then it becomes a pop, right? So we'll see. And vice versa. If we see euro strength come back in again and we're sitting up top for one of these locations, then tomorrow it's going to be a short for the news. Okay. But because a 0.5 is already factored in, I think, I feel like if anything, it's more set up for pound weakness tomorrow than pound strength. Because the market's already packed. If the market was factored in 0.25, I would say, yeah, go strength. But right now, it looks like it's the other way around. All right, euro yen. So, yeah, euro yen is a better spot. So again, we pushed this a little bit farther down. Again, the 50, this area here at 143.96 is still fine. I'm okay with that one. Looks like 1 o'clock this morning, though, we did actually bounce off this level of basing right here. It's a little bit of a front run. How many pips is that? About 19. I'll shrink it just a little bit. We're going to go to there. Right there, something along those lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 broke. Yeah, it didn't really. It went through. Let's talk about this here. Talk about that. That one is out. Yeah, we're still waiting for this one. So my favorite one right now is this one down here at 141.42. Again, it's a 61.8 off the last high to low. So again, nice big pullback time. We've broken through the 50 now, right? We hit it here, kind of got front run, and we've smashed through the 50 right now. We put a new level in. And also, too, I mean, for fib traders right now, actually, this is not a horrible trade. I'm kind of okay with that one as well. We have put a failure to go higher in, right? There is a position right here, and again, it is a 23.6 pullback, so you'll be getting people to kind of sell this one. And I do think today, with the interest rate, the way it's working out, I do think that it's going to be a yen strength more kind of day. So, yeah, I would say that there's probably something sitting right there. Now, again, be cautious of this one. If you're in this one, understand that is risk involved because of yen being a proxy. That you may want to kind of just watch that one, right? Yeah, not bad. So again, you're basically at a 1-to-1 on the euro yen, and I don't think that's a bad trade. I'll pull that down there as another level because I do like that level as well. So, All right, and remember this 141 to 42. It is is it a confirmed 61.8 fib level with an area of buyers in there, and I had a nice push off of it last time. It was a very quick trade. Right now, if you are short this one, I would say here's one level where profit taking is probably going to step in, and then profit. And again, so if you wanted to use that as profit target number one, great. If not, profit target one needs to be taken off. You need to get out here, and I'll actually change it to black first. Make sure you take your profit first. Look for kind of a confirmation bounce, and then roll higher. All right, so pound dollar. So pound dollar, again, did we get our 4 hits? 1, 2, 3, and then we actually touched it over here and finally broke through. So nothing we can do with that one now. If we bring fibs down, nothing spectacular on that last one. Let's do the big high to low. Does that change anything? Nah, not really. Not really. Yeah, the 23 and the 50 overlap. I wish there was a better position here. Because look at this. 23 is here, 50 is here. They are literally on top of each other. There is a violated zone here, which again grabs the 23 and literally rides a 50, and it is tested in there. So again, that may be kind of a little bit of an aggressive entry for it. I'd be cautious with this one. Look, we hit it late last, 3-3. We haven't been back again. Let's go up the 4 hour. I don't think I'm even going to see it. Nope. Nope. Unfortunately, the answer is going to be no. Yeah, so this is a hard one. Where does this one end? Where do you end on this one? I think right now, with everything going on, I think it's really hard to say, hey, listen, it's a great buying opportunity. So, I mean, right now, we're kind of at extreme levels, obviously extreme level of the curve. There's just not a lot of buying opportunity for this one. So, I mean, this one is really all about the pullbacks or when we establish a new bottom. So, really on this, again, I mean, yeah, you could put a 23.6 in there. There is actually a confirmed level there, sitting right there. This one I'm going to change to yellow just because I mean, they're buyers in, but we've banked off that one so many times. Yeah. Unfortunately, the pound is just a wreck right now. The pound is a wreck, so there's not really, I don't know, there's not a great setup on this one either. So, we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully, maybe the rate raise today will make this one spike, and then we'll be able to take a retracement off of it. Be nice if we get a little spike up on that one. So pound yen, yesterday we were sitting here. We were sitting right here, right? We were about 1-to-1 when we started, and you can see it drove all the way through. Finished yesterday at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Kind of came up and then pushed lower, and same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously 5 is going to break, and it did. It didn't break for long though, which what this does is at least helps us bring kind of the fib levels lower a little bit. Funny, you're like, oh look, it hit the 23. Yeah, but at that time it wasn't the 23. Now it's the 23. But you know what? It's actually a decent level. There's actually a decent candle there. I don't mind that little candle right there. This one is in close proximity. I like this one. This could be something here for today, right? We are in close enough range, right? We are 30 pips away. 30 pips in 4 hours with this pair? Absolutely. We could do that. Now that's a 26 pip risk trade. It's a little bit high, but it is what it is. It's a pound yen. That's what it would look like. And again, this is more of a kind of a news-based trade, and actually this could work for either one. I mean, if we don't really see the movement around, if we just kind of float around here, this may give us the overnight ability to kind of take this short for tomorrow morning. So I would say this one is probably good for FOMC right there, and then obviously the pound right there. So there's two different opportunities to be able to use this level. And that's coming in right around 163.68. So not a horrible trade, right? And again, profit target's a little bit deep on there, but 162.86. Okay, 162.86. Not too shabby. Whoops, what did I do? Sorry, I just hit a button and it all went crazy. All right, dollar CAD. So dollar CAD climbing back. So we were looking for a break of this level, right? We don't have the break yet. It hasn't happened yet. It just went up and then kind of flatlined. So it does show that we are up 45 pips from yesterday. But the reality is yesterday we were sitting right here, kind of like forming a new base. It's like maybe this is the top, maybe it's not the top. It wasn't. We never got we never got the lower high on it, right? We never got the low peak. So funny enough, I drew this and I was like, the basing could be somewhere around here. And it's funny that that's where, that's kind of where the basing was, right? But more for a short trade, not a long trade. So you can see that coincides. Right now, this one is a 133.31. Pushing this one back down into probably, I don't know, probably there. Probably 132.91. About 40 pips. Not too bad. And again, maybe this one explodes higher today, but the next time it comes down here, I love how there's a bit of a racetrack and a base, and then we pop through it. Chopped a lot of buyers in here, these sellers and buyers switching places, and it wasn't like it was an explosive move. We knew that this level up top was a higher time frame zone, and look at the fight that it's had to put up, and it's not really trending. By 1 o'clock today, we may be at zero movement for this one. And again, oil's not affecting this one. It's down 0.17, so it's not really like a big deal. And you can see without that oil influence, even with all the other dollar strength, look at that. No real movement, right? No real movement. So, yeah, interesting play. And again, 133 is pretty high on the curve. I would like to see this one turn and flip. And again, if we do get that dollar weakness coming in today after, if they say, hey, next time we're going to start tearing back to 0.75, because we've gone past, but we don't want to go too far. That type of dovish should be a real weak sign for the dollar, and this thing should turn and roll real quick. So, again, dollar CAD, my opinion, is more bearish right now. And again, waiting for this one to slice through the 133.33. Dollar Swiss. So yesterday we talked about the annoyance of when you miss by a little tiny bit. Okay. Yesterday we missed by 1.7. Today, we missed by 0.6. So 1.6 pips yesterday we missed by, and today we missed by 0.6. Yeah. So again, maybe the way that your broker drew those candles, maybe you got into that trade. Actually, here, let me see. I'll pull it up real quick on Nadex. I didn't even check Nadex. Let me see. Let's see if Nadex had the candles drawn that way. Let's see. Forex. I didn't even check. I was so frustrated with this pair. I was like, doesn't matter. My 12 clicks later. No. Nadex's draw wasn't. Their candles were even a little bit farther off. Yeah, they missed by a little bit too. But not as close as this one, but super, super close. Remember, this is based off of Wanda. Yeah. So, again, same trade setup, 2 days in a row. Yeah. Don't know what to tell you. I mean, it means you're doing it right. It means that, hey, listen, there's sellers there. And yes, sellers are not on a specific number of sellers coming in his zone. But, man, those sellers are being just... And both times, look, all the way back down, Literally been running along this bottom track, right? Again, rocking a hard place. It's been all week, and we've hit it. And this top side is just like, oh, just give us the entry already, please. So, yeah. Actually, let me see something real quick. I didn't even check them over here. Let's see. Is there any? I'm just trying to see if there was anything that was even remotely close. No, the closest thing you could have had, actually, I guess Nadex has a 91. I missed that. It was close. A 96.91, right? So again, taking that with like a 10 pip stop, that's about your only entry on it. So had you used a knockout, just gone with a 10 pip stop on that one, because remember the stops are a little different over there, then you would have got in, right? But That's about the best you can do with it. So yeah, poor old spot round. Just angry. Dollar yen. So dollar yen. So this one got to about 1.5 times, and then we reversed over, and then we literally just kind of kept bouncing back and forth again. It chopped this level up, so there's nothing we can do with the chop level. Again, probably stop out at break even, maybe lost a little bit on it, but we're really kind of still in that same level. We have, I would love to say that, hey, listen, we've finally broken out of the channel, but we're kind of sitting right there. And again, kind of thinking we're going to get some dollar weakness today because of, I don't know, kind of expecting them to say 0.75, and then next time, they don't want to push the market too far. What they have is working, but it needs time to work, which is kind of one of those like weak symbols. Like, oh, okay, so like maybe we lower it a little bit, right? I feel like this one's heading down. But what things I'd watch today in the dollar yen, and again, I think the dollar yen is extremely tricky to play on FOMC days because it is the dollar and it is a proxy. Which again, if you raise interest rates, you're going to be jacking the dollar around, and again, you have the yen tracking with it. So, yeah. I think 144.69, if we can get up in that range at all. And again, this is probably more of a, can we get a spike into that level and then a reversal? Kind of more what I'm looking for. But right now, again, we are out of that channel finally. But we're not. I think it's going to get pulled back into that channel very, very fast. And again, these are just railings. I'll just take this down and put this down here. How many pips is that? 225. God, that would be a monstrous move to the downside. Not that it couldn't happen. Not that there couldn't be a 225 pip move in the dollar yen today. But holy crap, they'd have to say something pretty crazy. Yeah, that would be quite the move. That would be quite the move. I don't know. If anything in dollar yen, I'd say 144.69 is a better short for me right now. Taking this one long again. This zone has been. It's not even a zone really at this point. I mean, they've just been kind of rails. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually more thinking downside with this one today, but do I have a great, short? Not really. There's nothing over here. This is a tested level. It is near the 145. I think the 145 is better. I do think the BOJ says something that is a little bit more hawkish as well. And I do feel that Powell is not going to be super hawkish today. I do feel that he will mention that, we want to make sure that we don't overshoot our, objective for controlling inflation. Yeah, it's still high, but we are seeing the numbers start to come back in a negative, starting to get in line, and these things do take some time to roll in. Because the worst thing they want to do is overshoot, particularly with elections coming up. So, yeah, I'd say short overall, but I don't love it. You're seeing reversals in all the cryptos. Again, is it a major reversal? No, I mean, it's still below 20,000 here. Again, chart looks the same, up 2%. And even Dogecoin is up 1%, although, again, you can see that it's got kind of more consolidation. Right, I would say that it's probably more consolidation down and consolidation up, waiting the spring. Bitcoin, very, very similar, right? You kind of got the trend line higher, and then you could even run it from back here, really, this range here, and kind of coming across. And Ethereum, also very similar. This one's actually, I'd say, more channeling than anything else, right? Kind of have it coming here, and I mean, I guess more near term, you could say, yeah, it's kind of coming up, consolidating in, but if anything, I would say that this one is probably more, where is it? It's this one. Probably more this is what it's doing, and it was just a fast run at the bottom. So, yeah, cryptos are all kind of in a weird spot. And today, actually, I said that we expect dollar weakness. I will say cryptos, I am bearish today. With the raise in you're not getting anything for holding cryptos. You are getting something for holding the dollar. So even though it's already factored into the market, there's even more reason to put your money in actual assets versus something like a crypto. So I do think it is more of a bearish day today. Now, if they do say that that's it, we're going to hold, not go too far, that could potentially be taken as a positive sign. But for the most part, raising interest rates, there's more reason, more motivation. Another point, 3/4 of a percentage point of interest that you can get for holding dollars there. There's a lot more reason to go back that direction. Again, zero interest rates, no interest rates, great, you're on equal footing. When you're making 3% versus 0%, the 3% is pretty good, guys. Let's go to oil. So, oil, we had the great trade set up from yesterday. It looks like a new top was put in early morning today, right there. Again, kind of the same thinking. Typically when you see 1, 2, a front run, 3, 4 hits, we're done, right? Well, the 50 was hit, so we really can't use that anymore. The 61.8 did have a small level right here. We didn't talk about it as much yesterday. That's kind of got missed, but then we got this little front run that started the European session at 3:30. It did come up and it did push back lower. From where we were yesterday, we were sitting right here, right? So this one, there's your 10 o'clock candle right there, 10:30 candle. Here, I'll just do the 10:30 candle right there. We are, actually, hold on. 10:30 would be the bottom of that candle. So we are 30 cents off. So not as much movement. And again, I don't think oil is going to be necessarily a big deal today. We've already seen the big drop. There is oil inventory. It is Wednesday. Let's see. What did it come in as? Yeah, I mean, here's the API inventory report for the week, right? They expected a 2.3 and it came in as a 1. So not anything earth-shatteringly different. Let's check it out real quick. Let's do non-US here. Do we not have oil? Am I off on my days? I swear to God, it's Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Is there not one this week? No, there should be. I don't know. It's not showing. I don't know. Maybe they pulled it off. I think this is an error. I think natural gas is tomorrow. Natural gas is typically Thursdays. I'm not sure why that's there. So, but that's the natural gas number. I don't know. I don't follow this one enough. Anyway, it's supposed to come in. So I don't expect it to be a big deal today with everything that we're seeing. Overall, right now, I would say, again, a little bit more bearish. We have a ton of buyers coming in here, and this is the level we're hitting right now. So this should have been a profit target for you. I think right now we're still waiting for 81.68. The last time price drove down there, it kind of exploded itself off of it. Again, there is some geopolitical factors involved right now with oil and, natural gas. So just be cautious with that. It's not a major mover. You can see it's positive 0.12. What I'm really looking for is a big Chinese headline that, China's lifted everything. We're in the clear. We're good to go. COVID's passed, but you don't have to worry about anything anymore. It's kind of what I'm waiting for this one to spike. I do think it goes a little bit higher with, continued demand. So again, do you want to take a long on this one? Probably not really. I mean, it was more of a target in this short, but right now we're kind of bouncing between those two levels. But I do like 81.68. And again, I'll move this 85.80. That was a great trade yesterday. I'm going to move it up right now and kind of place it up at 86.82. And that's kind of the range right now. And as you can see, we're kind of sitting smack dead in the middle. So it is not the ideal opportunity to get into something in kind of that no man's land in the middle. Natural gas. Natural gas, we were looking for this, 82.61. And again, I still like this 82.61. We talked about if that was the bottom, looking for it to come back. You can see it kind of rolled back down, came up, and is in the same exact spot. It really didn't do much. It was down here at 10 o'clock. We're like, hey, does it reverse now? And it did. It reversed back up again and then came right back down. We're literally in the exact same spot we were yesterday with natural gas. The good thing, and I think this is extremely positive, there was actually comments made by Germany about natural gas and things. And again, Putin kind of raising the stakes. This thing didn't take off. I think that's great. Could that mean that the top is already in? Like, we are not going to go higher, that this thing will continue to turn and roll. So, yeah. I don't know. I think there's more to this one, and I think there could definitely be some more headlines as we start filling for natural gas. Germany, the minister is saying that, hey, listen, so far we're managing well. All we need is an El Nino type scenario where all of a sudden it's a super cold winter and they're done. Then Germany's in major trouble. So again, right now we're between two buying areas. Again, if you're looking to go long, I think the 748 is decent. The 825 is decent as well, but look for basing back and forth. So gold. All right, so gold, we talked about this one rallying up, and it did. It hit it at 730. Gold right now does look like it wants to continue to push lower. It did go up in the European session, so the 3 o'clock open is right here. Right there. There's where the Europeans stepped in. So they've kind of driven it up, and again, 730, it started to be pushed back down again. Now, gold, I think, is absolutely... Again, the raise is absolutely bearish for gold. If they make comments about how we don't want to push inflation too far, we think we're good. To me, that's a buying signal for gold. right? I feel like that's a decent buying signal for gold. So although we are now in a U.S. session bear market, we are up from where kind of we started from yesterday, from where we closed. So we did just bang off the top side. And again, we drew this top side yesterday. You know, the target for any of those downside targets, overall, we talked about 1656. But you definitely have to make sure that you're looking at candles, and that's where the explosion happened. And that price is actually sitting a little bit higher over here at 1663. So again, zone you got to watch out for. Silver, that's why I don't like the 78, right? Silver, we knew had a level. It stuck its head right above it and then boom, turned and rolled. Again, that's why I hate the 78. I'm not a fan of the 78. As you guys know, as soon as it hits the 78, I remove the fibs because it's like, nope, don't care. So right now in silver's already started to push back down. Silver's got a few different levels of few different levels in here of buyers. I don't love a lot of them. So when we have a good profit target, but right now it's probably this. Here's the pop, and there's a test of it. Right now, I would say your short trades look like they need to be out by 1907. Question is, can this one roll from being up 1% to down 1% today? Yeah, I like the idea of gold higher. Silver though. Yeah, I think bearish silver. I think we shoot for 1907, potentially tagging 19 today. Let's see, here's my two things. I think we either go from here and we tag 19 for the news today, or the news is kind of crazy and we look to take a short up top. If you have, where is it? 14 right there. If we see something like that or like this, we look for a reversal. I'm going to remove that 78 now because it did pierce. Again, it had been hit a few times. 1, 2, 3, and this was 4. 14 is right there. So I think we either grind down, we tag 19 because of news, or this one goes back up and then we look to take it short from up top. Overall, either way, I'm looking to, get this, get short. So, all right. So that's that one. Let's go and look at the indices. Looks like we're mixed again. Tesla was up big yesterday. Everybody else is kind of like, yeah. And they're doing well, but they're kind of pulling back again. So, all right. Let's drop it down to 15 and see if we had any entries this morning. 9:30. It looks like the answer is yes. Open there. Again, in an uptrend, pulled back from the 9 o'clock to 9:15 window. So the answer is yes. There's your piece. And the question is, would we have taken this based off the risk to reward? The answer is yes. That's so close, yeah. And you can see it needed a second hit for it. Actually, let's see. When did it trigger? Did it go up first and then come back? Yeah. It actually, let's see. No. So it almost got to the profit target. When it triggered here, then it went up. I was wondering, did it hit it, come all the way up and come back down again? But it didn't. It kind of rallied up and then came down and grabbed it at 9:33. So we talk about opening print. 9:33 is where this triggered. It took you out at 9:49. So yeah, so there's your opening print, and it did just sneak it in. So interesting spot we're in right now. Actually, on the lower time frame, it should be there. It is 10:30. We are at a level between the 50 and 61.8, and you can see that the market is rallying. Again, this is kind of, is it in preparation for a big crash, or does everybody kind of understand that the 0.75 is baked in, and they may say we don't want to push too far, and we're going to do 0.5, or we're going to kind of see what happens with it. We're not going to make and even language of we're not going to make the call now about November, or, we're going to reevaluate in our next meeting what the November looks like based off of the data, from this raise, meaning that we think that the top is probably somewhere close, right? Again, that's good for the overall market, right? So again, you should be out of a trade. If there's a reversal coming, it's probably coming in sometime soon if it's going to happen today. If not, it's going to rally back up again. Obviously, protect your profits. But again, as far as opening print goes, you guys can see that 933 is when that triggered, as close to an opening print as you can possibly get. 1 to 3 is out on the top side. Looking at this one, let's see, on a 15-minute. Unfortunately, I'm going to say that this one is a no. Your 930 starts there. Your base would have been, I see where it is on the 15-minute, but the reality is you probably would have had it much lower, somewhere down in here. And we did. We spiked up. We came back down. We didn't tag that level. Let's pull that. Let's pull that. Let's adjust all these settings. You can see the 50 did absolutely nothing. It went right through the 50 to grab up there. And again, for reversals, we talked about this level yesterday, that being the 61.8. It did tag through, right? It did tag through yesterday at about 11:45. Actually, we adjust this here. See, this is a hard one. There's a zone right above it we just missed, but those people are going to be looking at this going. And actually, like I said, that's not true. Right there is where it became the 61.8. So it's kind of one of those ones. It's like, yeah, it's the 61.8. The zone's technically there because the market pushed down. Yeah, this would not have been one. So we're 1 for 2 as far as entries go. And again, it is what it is. Nothing you can do about that. There we go. I do like this one more bearish. I do think, again, that's a decent level. There's, obviously technical traders coming at 61.8 as well as a supply zone right above. So I do like this one rolling back down again. If you are short, though, again, watch for a little bit of a hiccup around 11,941. And I do think make sure you take your profit here at 11,922 beforehand. I'd like to see what the market does from now till then. Somebody will have what they're going to say out ahead of time. But right now with this driving up, looks more like a short. But again, we'll see if we drive down from U.S. session down. Again, we could be potentially taking a buy. And I really do think they're going to say, 0.75, but we're going to let the data dictate what happens next time, meaning that they're not like 100% confident that we need to raise it again. That's kind of what I'm more interested in seeing. All right, YM. Let's see. Did we get it in YM? We did, but unfortunately, it would not have been a 1 to 3. So there's our zone. Actually, 930 is here, so the answer is no. It was not an entry on this one. It had pushed up. We were getting close to the 50. But yeah, as far as opening print goes, the 930 candle is the red one right here. It's not really in a zone. I mean, I guess there was a 50 right there, but no definable risk. It was just a bit higher. So, yeah, nope. This one didn't have it, but it's the same thing what's going on the YM right now. So 1 to 3 as far as opening prints goes. 1 for 1 on profit targets. We had marked this 11... Here, I'll move this back. It should be over here, but there's the level we talked about yesterday, and you can see we're having problems. It's 10:30. We're starting to reverse back down again. Is what it is. So unfortunately, no opening print, but the reversal we talked about is now kicking in, and you're seeing it on 2 different pairs. This one did tag absolutely, right? And let's see what Russell did. Russell give us anything? The answer is no. 930 actually punched us all the way down. There was kind of a little bit of a level there. This one actually went even a little bit deep as well, but being 930 up top, I'm not sure why we don't have fibs on this one. Yeah, you can see. There's your 61.8 level, and that's what you're running into. So, yeah, it looks like 830. It was already kind of in that reversal bit, so it was a little bit more biased to the short side. Yeah. So, again, got short on the 61.8 is kind of where that one was, right? Technical traders will be in there for this one, but no. So it looks like today 1 to 4 as far as opening print goes with the indices. The one that did trigger obviously went to its full profit target. The other ones, not so much. They either didn't have enough room or they weren't really sitting in a level anywhere. They just kind of opened, which again happens. But 3 of them right now are kind of hitting. They just hit areas of sellers, and we are at 10:30 after a push up from the morning, piece of it. So they are kind of set up more for shorts right now than anything else. But with that said, I do expect things to slow down a lot right now, in preparation for that FOMC number. Oh, there's crude oil. Just see that? It switched. Just see that when I clicked it, all of a sudden they removed natural gas and magically it became crude oil again. And look at that. 2 expectation and 1 came in. 2 expectation, and 1 came in. So look at that. Pretty good, huh? Yeah, they actually got one right. Well, they did, but they didn't, right? Doesn't happen often, right? But every dog has its day, and today the API folks actually, they actually got it. So let's see, what is oil doing from it? I don't think much. No, not really. It came all the way down, right? There's your 15. There's your 1030 release right here. So it's just bouncing. We talked about profit target, and that's where the profit target's coming in yet. So yeah, nothing big. And again, I wouldn't say that's a huge miss. Missing by $1 million, and not really a big deal. So no major crazy move today. So all eyes on FOMC. Make sure you guys are protecting your profit. Right. Biggest thing about FOMC days is, again, there are ways to play it ahead of time. FOMC is one of those things because there's a speech associated with it. It's prepared ahead of time. People already know the data. I would say that FOMC days are more meant for disappointment than anything else. As far as, retail traders getting trapped, seeing raises and it going the opposite way, or, and even when they're lowing, kind of the same thing, right? Right now, we've seen a lot of dollar strength goes in, but realize that the market is pretty much guaranteed a 0.75. I don't see the U.S. surprising with a 1, and I think the language that they use around November, the November raise, is I think really what the main focus is going to be on today. So there'll be an initial response, and then when Powell speaks, I think there's probably a setup for a reversal today. If you guys are able to watch it, look for the initial spike, and then again, look for the reversal to occur after it. All right. So with that said, we're at 1 hour today. Let's go ahead and do it. I think Neuro won yesterday, right? Will was unable to defend his double streak. So let's see who takes it today, and I'll confirm, but I'm pretty sure it was Neuro yesterday. Winner of today's drawing is Ernest. I don't think Ernest won yesterday. Let me see. Let's go back to giveaways. That should be Ernest, yes. And yesterday was Neuro. So look at this, trading back and forth. Let's see, give you your, and it was still 50 today. So creeping up a little bit, He just needs one. He needs a triple. Ernest gets a triple. He's taking a spot over again. All right. So with that said, again, be extremely cautious. FOMC is an absolutely huge deal. You just want to make sure you guys don't get caught on the wrong side of that. If you are in positions, again, don't hesitate to close your position down. If you're like, well, wait a second, this could drive me to my full profit target. Yes, that's called greed speaking, and everybody knows that greed is what blows up accounts. There's nothing wrong with you taking your profit. Again, remember, all news releases technically are somewhat of a gamble. Right? There are people that know, but I highly doubt you are the one that has the insider information. So protect your trades. You could close your trade down, and if there's not some craziness that comes from it, just get back into it after the news release to remove that level of risk. Some people think that you can't get on there, but, if you're getting into the trade expecting movement is one thing, but if you had a trade set up for an entirely different reason, and then you're rolling it into news, that's how you're starting to gamble. If you're in a bad position, don't hope that news makes it better. If you're setting it up for the news move, then that's completely different. Just make sure you guys understand the difference between the two. All right. So with that said, I'm out of here. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern time. Good trading today. Good luck with FOMC. If you're around, I will probably be on Discord trading it. So, we can always chat about it then if you want to. So, all right. Oh, here we go. What is this? 1 minute ago. Fed expectation to raise 0.75. Release dot plot projections. Oh, that could be interesting. Maybe you want to go watch this one if they're showing their dot projections. So I'm going to actually have to go watch this one. All right. I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take care. Everybody be safe.